Hello peoples, and welcome back to another Forsaken and Bear video. Today I'm going to be going over what if Bear and Forsaken collabed. I decided to do another video about these two games in one, because I don't think I treated Forsaken fairly the last time I made a video on these two. I didn't play the game enough to where I can judge it. So now we're having a whole new take. What if Bear and Forsaken collabed? Now this is something I really wish they do. If Cheetah Man didn't say no, I feel like this really could have been like something that happened. But without further ado, let's jump in. So we're gonna start with the Bear Star section, because there's gonna be less than what comes to Forsaken. So, when this a theoretical event would happen, in Bear Star, there would be 5 new survivor skins, and they'd all be mythical rarity. Starting off, we have Duskar, I don't know how to say his name, but he'd be a cool survivor skin. Shedletsky, Guest 1337, Elliot, and Chance. And there would be 2 new undead coming zombies, one for 1x, 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 another for Cool Kid. Not one for John Doe, though, because, you know, he already has one. And depending of when Noli comes out, there can also be a Noli undead coming zombie. Now we get to the Forsaken section, and this is actually where I had to start but thinking of what these the survivor skins in Bear Star would be like in Forsaken. Starting off, we have Jacob Marley, the Christmas ghost, if you will. His Q turns him invisible, so if the killer is chasing you, you could just go invisible, get out in a pinch. R is Ghost Burger. He can throw it down to others and it can make them go invisible. So like Elliot's Pizza, but he can throw it to other people. His E, he whips out the chains that he has locked around him and just starts beating the crap out of the killer if they get too close. And now his passive, when holding space, you can float upwards for a short bit. You can only do this like twice or 3 times around, because it can give you a real good advantage, because you can't jump in Forsaken. So if you can just float up to an extra ledge that might make the killer take an extra route to get you, it could be very good. Pair that with going invisible, and I think this is a very good survivor. Our next survivor is one in Bear Star that literally nobody plays, but is Dr. Ishmael. So starting off, he can use his Q, which is the tentacles, to block attacks. And I guess 1337, he can like it's a parry, you know, like he can block it, like he can hit back at the killer if the killer hits him while his tentacles are like shielding him. His E can allow him to press the button on his like chest, and it can add a speed boost to him so he can get away easily. And he's also a bit of a healer, so by pressing R, you can give an ally an octopus that heals them over time. Next up is Mr. L. This guy's literally Chance skin, Mr. L. It's perfect. Our next survivor is the Yikes Necromancer. This is yet again another healer. Her R throws down a witch's brew to heal enemies. What? Why did I write that in the script? With her F, she can give her magical broom to an ally, and it gives them a speed boost so that they can zoom away from danger. And her Q, she can make a cauldron, which is kind of like Builderman's turrets, that sprays witch's brew to heal survivors in its radius, while also granting them a slight speed boost. But to compensate for all these good healing abilities, she doesn't really have a way to defend herself. Our final survivor is Team Derp. His first move is Derp Aura, which is a self-heal. His R is Beans. He can click onto an area and he can make it rain beans, which can stun the killer. F is Epic Duck. He can spawn a duck that can basically attack the killer and stun them. But he only has 2 ducks per game, so you gotta use your ducks wisely, kids. And passive is when healing. He can also give a bit of his healing to Shedletsky because they both share the face. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, boys and girls and bears, it is Bear himself. His left mouse button, he can make a sword out of cheese and just slice people. His E, he can summon little bobs to go attack survivors. Now his Q is a little different. It is a cheese wall. Basically, if you're like running into battle, you can place a cheese wall in front of the survivor you're trying to attack. And if they run into it, they'll take damage along with blocking them off. So if you're like kind of cornering in a survivor, you can have max 2 cheese walls up at once. So you can make a little cheese like fortress around the survivor to try to kill him or her, or I don't know. F is the organism takeover. So in Bear kind of gets possessed by an organism, not in the game, but there's an organism in Bear. Yeah, his F, he gets taken over by the organism, and for like a short bit, all of his attacks are on faster cooldowns and they do more damage. Kind of like Jason's Raging Rage or whatever. And next, he'd also come with a lot of skins, because, you know, that's kind of what Bear's about. These skins include, but are not limited to, Red Nose, Vector, Omen Mall, Psycho, Ghost, Rubber Hose, Ido, Mall Bear, and that's all from the shop. And his milestone skins. The first one is Cheese Lord. When you reach level 25, you get Cheese Lord. But since Cheese Lord's kind of basic as is, maybe you can have like a cheese robe or something. Reaching level 50 gives you Atrocity, which is probably the most famous bear skin to date. Reaching level 75 gives you Slender Bear, a very creepy and cool skin. And reaching level 100 gives you Sam. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this theoretical Forsaken and Bear event, then leave a like.